You'll get ready for a wild ride. We're mixing up some country with an electronic vibe. Gonna make you dance, gonna make you move. Hold on tight, we're about to shake the groove. Ooh. With a fusion singularity, a sound you never heard.
Out of bounds podcast, ladies and gentlemen. It wasn't as good as
Seven
maybe
out of
last
10.
week.
Yeah,
7
7
out
out
of
of 10.
10. And we're still here. We're still here, guys. We're still here. We're back with another week's edition of the OB podcast.
Not the
Drewski Los and Young
OBGYN
Lou.
podcast.
Definitely not the OBG. Definitely not that one. So do not get us confused with that one. As always, smash, like, comment. We need the views, baby. Come on, keep them in, keep them coming. We can't just have our parents watch these things and try to blow us up here. Let's go.
Shout out to Papa Los, by the way.
There you go, Papa Loves.
I love that. Karen, hey babes, they said my name. That's what's gonna happen. In about a week. Babes, I got mentioned. Hey babes. Luke, you never met my dad, but Drewski knows that's pretty spot on with my dad.
Okay, cool.
Luke,
I
where
can
the fuck
appreciate
are
it.
you? You're in San Diego, huh? Why you out there
I'm a
for?
I'm a jet setter, my friend.
Like that.
I'm in San Diego. We're meeting up with some friends for St. Patrick's Day parade tomorrow.
Shit.
So yeah, we're just flew in this morning and fly out Sunday. Quick trip.
You got your green
See it.
I got my
Yeah.
green. Yeah.
A's jersey?
No, it doesn't fit me anymore.
You can go ahead and pass that one over to me. Thanks.
It's too big now, or what?
It was a medium on me when I bought it, so I wouldn't fit you. The last use it got, because I told Savannah, I said it's gonna be a long time till I'm ever back in a medium. Like I might be able to get out of I'm in my XL phase right now. I might be able to get back to large. Medium, I'm not going for it. I don't think I ever want to be wearing a medium again. So the last time my A's jersey got used was as a bloody nose rag for Berkeley, my daughter, in the back seat of the car because it's the only thing that we had to fucking soak it up. So yeah,
Nice. Good use for it.
yeah.
I go XL now all the time. Because one, I'm really shrinking happens. So like, if I buy a large, it turns into a large medium, and then it's at my belt line, and I fucking hate that. So I'm going XL, hoping that it shrinks just a tiny bit, and then it fits good.
But sometimes
sucks.
XLs are too big and like they're just like, and they don't shrink, and then they end
Yeah.
up being just too massive on you. And I can't figure it out either. I'm in
That's
between.
what my challenge is. Like my body's pretty normal, but my gut is just where I keep all my weight. So like it's tough to find
Yeah.
like a good fitting shirt that like like isn't too big to
Yeah.
compensate for the gut. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get
So-
it.
Yeah.
Happens.
As long as I don't go to double X, that's the That's the
when we
goal
have
for me right now.
conversations with-
yeah. There's conversation. Yeah, big time. I have lost.
Which one?
I have lost 10 pounds. I weighed myself yesterday. I lost 10 pounds over the past like 2 weeks, just eating better and being more mindful of like some bad habits. So
Yeah. That's the thing. I feel like, at least talking with Haven about it, it's like I can gain weight very quickly, but I can also lose it just as quick. Like
Yeah.
when I was in Wisconsin, seeing Chris, I ate 3 cheeseburgers in a day, which I don't usually do, and I just like came home with a fucking belly, and then I just took 2 big shits, and I was like, all right, I'm back to normal. It's like subsided a little bit. So
I can't lose it. I can't lose it like I used to. Drew, you remember I was at 220, which I've surpassed 220 in my current weight gain. But I was at 220, and I'm for the listeners, I'm 5'8", so 220 is not a great weight for me. But
Hit that silent button. Hit that silent button.
what?
Goodness
vibration.
gracious. Hit that silent button on that phone there, big guy.
Sorry, my bad. Yeah. Anyways, I was at 220 like I don't know 6-7 years ago, and lost it like that. And so as I was gaining weight, I was like, I'll lose it when I'm ready. And then I started to try to lose it, and I was like, oh no, it's not coming off like it did 6-7 years ago.
No.
So
No, metabolism slows down. That's for sure.
yeah,
Luke, I know this is like a common joke now, but how old are you? 32, right? 30, 31?
30.
30. Okay, 30. No, well, just wait in 6 years, brother. That shit.
No, I know.
is much harder to come off.
I know. That's why I'm.
Or
I need it. Yeah, that's why I'm on my game right now.
One of my favorite lines from what is it? I think Big Daddy's like, I drink a chocolate shake and my ass jiggles for a week. What's metabolism? Metabolism. It's like still one of my favorite lines because it's fucking true.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. I need to put the weight back on. I need to eat. That's my issue.
Oh, that's a nice thing to have. We're the opposite side of our spectrum there, Luke, huh?
100%.
Bastard.
Luke, Drew, what's your weight? What do you weigh?
I'd rather not disclose that information. It's kind of rude to ask that.
190.
I'm joking.
190. If I teeter 195 to 200 at 6'2", and I think 195. If I get down to 190, then I'm just like I'm working out quite a bit, but I'm teetering, not doing too much at that, which is kind of nice.
Right now I'm at like 165, and that's not like that's super light. I know, Luke, that's crazy, right? My normal, like I would say a good weight for me to walk around at is like 180.
Since 7th grade.
Well, it's been a long time since I've been that weight as well. But no, I mean, like I would be comfortable at like 180, 185. That would be nice. But there was a point when I was at like 215 when I was back in New York, and that was a weird sight to see.
Yeah,
because I still look skinny, but I have like this weird belly. It is strange.
You're like skinny when you stand, Buddha when you sit, kind of thing.
100%.
Yeah. Weight,
good way to put
105. It. Yeah. In your
bra.
See, that's how I was before. So before I went to Colombia way back in 2000 and like I think it was 2011. Just quit the porn company and like had 4 or 5 months until we left for Colombia. And in that 4 or 5 months, I was just sleeping on my parents' couch, just eating Tommy's burgers every other night. Tommy's
so
breakfast, probably 3 times a night. Didn't think anything of it. Get to Colombia, greatest time ever. Obviously, was there for a month and a half. Fly to Florida, just skimming through pictures, and there's a picture of me sitting on the beach, at the beach, on top of this massive rock, and I'm just like hunched over kind of thing. And I was like, what the fuck is that? Like, who is that guy? I don't know who that guy is. Go right to my sister's scale. I was 227 pounds. And I was like, where the fuck did this come from?
It happens. It happens. We all have those moments.
It was a dark time for me. It was a dark time. And then I did when I found P90X. I literally did P90X for
P90X.
Like a month.
What was the other one? What was the other one that it either came right before P90X or came after? What was the other one?
Yeah.
That Insanity or something?
Insanity. Or
yeah.
Yeah, that
30-minute fucking blow your calves out kind of thing.
I did a 15-minute ab ripper X, and that was good. That was good. At first you hate it, but you love it. Basically.
You know the person in P90X, right?
Who is that?
So Tommy Hortons, or I think that's the main guy.
Okay.
Like the crazy guy. Rabbit in Super Troopers.
Yeah, okay.
Uncle Rabbit. He was a workout guy in P90X.
Yeah,
and he
was like in the background, or he did like
he was working out. And this is before Super Troopers. And fun fact about this dude, he only has one motherfucking leg.
But
what?
So during the workout,
that's fucking
Tommy Horton's going, he can do it, and he only has one leg. That's what he said during one of the workouts. He's like hopping on his nub. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I was like, isn't he the guy from Super Troopers? Oh my God.
That is a fun fact.
Did you realize that like in real time, like working out on P90X, you're like, yo, that's Rabbit.
It was like I started P90X after Super Troopers came out. So I was like, why does this guy look so fucking familiar? Right. And then randomly I saw Super Troopers and I was like, oh my God. And he has he has a leg. Oh dude, it was a great realization, but also good for him.
I love those moments. Those are the best moments.
Because at the moment, I'll tell you what, he was hopping on one leg for like 4 minutes. I was lasting 35 seconds. Like it was really
it's a little unfair though, isn't it?
legging me, I guess.
When you have one leg, the other is bound to be stronger. You combine 2 leg strength into one. I think that's how it works, right? Science.
Yeah, basically.
Right?
Biology right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that logic checks.
That's what I thought.
My brother, Luke. I don't think you met my brother, but Jacob has
I don't think I knew
a story that he. Yeah, I got a brother. He's Jacob's like a one of a kind kind of human being. But he has a story that he lives and dies by that I don't think is true, but at the same time could very well be true. But he's told this story throughout my life a million times, and he was at the grocery store one time. This lady was like bagging up his groceries, and it's so ridiculous. It's so fake. This is so ridiculous now that I'm saying it. Anyways, this lady was like bagging up his groceries, and he was like kind of helping, and he's like, "Hey, can I give you a hand or something like that?" And she like pulled out, and she had a nub, and she's like, "No, you can't." And then he goes, and then she fucking nubbed me, Carlitos, and goes nub, 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 and got hit.
Dude.
I don't think it's real. I don't think it's real. But I'll tell you what,
my goodness.
I don't know.
I'd imagine that someone with a nub would probably do some shit like that. Like, it sounds like something that somebody with a nub would do.
Someone's nubbed someone. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Sounds like a stand-up bit.
Yeah. Maybe if I ever had to
Would
do like
you-
a minute of stand-up.
If you had a nub, would you nub people? Like, would you make them feel? Remember that video? There was the girl. I think she was Irish.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah.
Challenge rock, paper, scissors. I'd be doing that all day.
Yeah.
I'd be playing for money at the bar. Like, I'm $100 says I beat you in rock, paper, scissors, and just start hustling people.
Yeah, but you can't do two. You can't do best 2 out of 3, right?
100%.
It's gotta be-
If
it's
they're dumb. If
Then you go.
All you can do is this. Yeah. Rock, paper,
Like, you
scissors.
think I'm gonna go rock?
Go opposite hand.
You're right. I gotta switch you up. Dang.
That's it.
Say, look at my no hand. Look at my nub.
Because you know they're gonna go.
Oh. The old
You know they're
switcheroo.
gonna go-
Yeah. The old
They're gonna go
switcheroo.
paper after they see that you're
You're right.
forever rock. You know.
But
what I
then
mean?
you switch.
See?
Are there rules against that?
No, there's no rules.
You don't think so?
Against hand switching.
No, there's no rules against that.
Although this is a very
Wrong.
okay. Hold on. So this is an interesting. Luke will probably get this no problem, but the rock paper scissors, the game of rock paper scissors. How do you guys play? Is it rock paper scissors or is it rock paper scissors shoot? Go.
It's rock paper scissors shoot.
Oh my god.
See.
Just a bad way of playing.
I knew it. I knew I would have Luke's.
I've adjusted my ways to accommodate for other people, but
I've had
it's
to as well.
rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors. That's what it is.
All right, hold on. When you are in a fucking race, is it 1, 2, 3, or
No,
is it 1,
it's ready,
2,
set,
3,
go.
go?
No, it's ready, set, go. Yes.
Different verbiage.
Drew ran track.
Who has ever said, okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, go. No, nobody ever starts a
It's
race
on
like
3.
that. It's always ready,
On
set,
3.
go.
Drink. 1, 2, 3. It's on 3. If you go 1, 2, it's not never 1, 2, 3. You're
Okay,
crazy.
1, 2, 3, go is completely different. Luke, you got to finish your drink right now. Go.
Drewski, also, first of all, ready,
It's
set,
a double.
go. Okay, fine. That's one way to say it. Yes. Did you chug it?
No, he
No, that's
stopped
a double.
halfway.
I tried.
I'm trying to clear a path.
Yeah, I don't want to clear that.
1, 2. You've been in both situations where it's ready, set, go, and then it's 1, 2, 3, go.
I've never ran a race in my entire life where somebody's been
But
1,
you've been
2, 3,
in
go.
situations where it's the starting point of 1, 2, 3, go. Correct?
Sure.
If not, you. Oh my God!
Sure, but you've also been in scenarios where it's ready, set, go.
So that leads us,
Right.
I think, to the next question. Is there a right answer in this?
No, there is not. You must establish these rules. You must establish rules with the
why you
players
do.
But
prior
that's
to.
because there's so many people who think it's rock, paper, scissors, shoot, but so me knowing that my method is rock, paper, scissors, I always ask and clarify before because that's and
Right.
and
And you know what? And I guarantee you this, Luke. After that clarification, you go rock, paper, scissors, shoot. 99% of the time, everyone's gonna be like, "You're a fucking idiot." It's rock, paper, scissors, shoot, and you're like, "All right, fine."
I don't know. I
Sorry,
think
my
we should.
older brother says it's rock, paper,
No, I
scissors.
don't.
Oh,
Shut
you
the fuck up. No, I fucking smooth Drew in rock paper scissors, dude.
Back in the day, we used to play rock paper scissors with one of our dad's friends, and if you lost, you got a little lick on it, and then had to slap the other person's wrist. And we used to end up just
Welts, yeah.
welted on our forearms.
I
And
still to this day, I was 6 years old, just getting wrecked by this dude coming into the car with my arm just fucked up. And he didn't, no mercy, you know what I mean? And to this day, if I see him, it's on site. And we now, as we're older, we see each other maybe once a year, maybe if that. And like he came out to my son's soccer game last year because his kid was swimming at the pool adjacent to the soccer fields, and I hadn't seen him in years, and it was on site. Let's go 2 out of 3.
give me some.
And it's. Are we doing 2 out of 3, or are we doing 2 out of 3 of 2 out of 3? So yeah, that's the only. But yeah, we still let it rip.
Like 2 out of 3. All right, best of 5. Okay, best of 7. You just keep the game going.
No, 2 out of 3 of 2 out of 3 of 2 out of 3 is you're 2 out of 3.
Yeah,
You win one match.
Yeah,
that's it's like game set match. You know what I mean?
That's fucking
just keep
awesome.
it going.
I did. I heard this one thing when I was like 7 years old, and I did this to my cousin. Where it was like, I can make your hands smell like cherry, and it's a thing where you do that. I thought it was the funniest thing as a kid. And then you smell it, and then you hit them. Yeah. I did that to my 20-year-old cousin when I was like 7, and I did it, and he had no idea. And that motherfucker like threw me up in the air and threw me on the ground as hard as he could. Fucked me up. To this day, like it's the same kind of thing. Like I'll see him like, "Hey, Greg, you wanna? I think I can make your hands smell like cherry." He's like, "Yeah, and I'll still fuck you up, kid." Like, God damn.
That's good. The look on your guys' face when I brought that topic up was one of just like, really? And then it's a good debate right there. Good debate. I like that.
It's a good debate. I also think that I stand by the point of like, whenever you play rock paper scissors with anyone, they're gonna make you change your ways. Like, when's the last time that you actually converted someone else from rock paper scissors?
Dude, my own kids don't even fucking do it my way. It pisses me off.
Yeah, because they're smart. Good for your kid. I applaud You know what? In 20 years from now, when they're like, "Oh, what did our dad used to do back in the day?" They're gonna look back at this, and I say, "You know what, kids? I applaud you. Well done." Well,
you know what though? My son is gonna.
Baby Lowe's is gonna be a rock paper scissors guy, and I'm gonna fucking.
My son is gonna be he's gonna be me. He's gonna be a college dropout. And I say college dropout. I was damn near a high school dropout, very close. And ended up making a grip and doing sales. You know what I mean? That's going to be his path. So I don't think he's the smartest guy in the world, to be perfectly honest. I'm just joking. I love my kids. He's smart, but I say he's my salesman, dude. That's my guy who's just going to go make money doing sales. You know?
Yeah. Learns from the best.
I mean, Luke, no college here, sales as well. Fucking hell, you know what I mean? Jesus, I guess there's a what's that?
Soft hands.
No, I get that.
I work in construction.
I'm saying there's always an avenue. If you can talk to people and sell, that's it. That's what I'm saying. Though that's where I was going because I didn't go to college either. I got a sales job. It's like you can just talk and bullshit. There's some people that didn't go to college. They had a. No, I'm not gonna go down this road.
There's some dummies who get into sales though, like entry level sales, and we all started at some bullshit sales job. If you're doing sales, right? I go to like the AT&T store and I get this like 19-year-old kid who's trying to sell me a pair of Beats when I'm there to buy a fucking phone. Like no, that's not what I'm here for, man. You know what I mean? So it's that type of shit that pisses me off. But within the huge amount of no college salespeople, there's a select few. There's a small percentage that can make a legitimate career out of going that route.
Yeah, what you know, but who you know too helps a lot too.
Are you saying something right now? You saying?
No, I'm just
That's it.
no. I'm saying
Something?
that I got
No,
every
that's
single
good.
job I've ever
Yeah.
gotten off of networking.
Yeah.
It's being a good person and just being
Yeah.
being a stand-up guy.
The most important thing in the entire world is networking.
Yep.
To your point, Drew, I 100% agree, because that's how my current position, like, if in the real world I would have just applied, like, there'd been like no fucking shot. But I worked with the person previously and everything like that. They're like, yeah, come to well, I'm gonna hire you right now. You know what I mean? Like,
I got to know. I might have said it on the podcast. I don't know if I remember. I don't remember if I did or not, but I think I've told one or two of you guys of this. But I was at like a training event. Well, like maybe one, if not, I have said it to both of you guys. I don't know. I've said it before to at least one of you guys.
Which would be probably Drew.
I work for a dealer. I'm in a dealer network for a construction equipment manufacturer. And when I was we were doing like a training back at the factory, and there was a dealer from Florida, and I was telling him, like, yeah, like I'd love to move to Florida. Like, I'd move to Florida in a fucking heartbeat. And he goes, move tomorrow, I'm hiring you. And this is a guy we spent the whole week in trainings together, talking business, talking sales, and then spent the evenings just getting fucking plastered. And he saw me at my best. He saw me at my worst, gagging on a Jameson shot at the bar. And he's still, to this day, it's like, move to Florida, I'll hire you. So yeah, it is about networking and who you know, for sure.
Every single job that I've had since I was 16 years old, except for the one job that I got, which was my DJ job when I was in college. That's the only one that I got without knowing somebody on the inside or put me in touch with somebody. And again, it's just about being a good person and like, Drew, you'd be great for this role. Like, let me put you in touch. And that's literally my entire career.
And every other job for the rest of your life is going to be the same way. Like, it's never going to be like, I'm sending my resume out and hoping that I get a call back. It's going to be like, all right, it's through this, and this is my connection here. And you know what I mean? Like, that's how it's going to be. And that's how it fucking should be. That's how it should be.
Forget what college degree you got. Are you a good person? Can you get the job done? I'll hire you.
There you go.
I'll hire you. What do you got for us this week, Les?
Morning. Huh?
I was going to say, what do you got for us? I know you got something for us.
I played golf this morning.
It better be good, by the way.
I know. I was really building this up. I want to talk about it with Drew until Luke came on, because it's something that I think you both need, and I think it's something that you both should read. It's a book that I bought. Just listen to me. I promise you. It's called Golf is Not a Game of Perfect. All right? Listen, have you guys ever heard of this book?
No, never.
Nope.
Okay, let me just read you, and I'm going to read you one sentence out of the book, and this is what, like, I was reading it in bed, because I'm trying to read a chapter a night, and I was reading it in bed, and Haven's laying next to me, and I literally go, oh my God. And she goes, what? I was like, it just clicked. Like, it makes so much sense. And I think this is going to resonate with you boys. I dog-eared it so I can remember to talk to you guys about this. One sentence. Yeah. You cannot hit a golf ball consistently well if you think about the mechanics of your swing as you play.
Yeah.
That I was like, God damn it. Because the day before, no, I know it. You think it's like whatever. The day before, I was like lining up the swing. I was like, all right, bicep the fucking chin, like slow return. And then I shanked it. And the entire round, all I was doing was thinking about my mechanics. Like, I was just on the range and I was hitting them well. Like, why aren't I hitting them well now? I need to change this. I need to change that. And it goes on to going like, the best players in the world don't go up to the ball while they're in tournament and think about any mechanics. They go up, they say the pin's 140 yards, hit the fucking ball. Like, practice and all that shit and that mental aspect of it is like pre and post. You know what I mean? Also, the biggest thing too, before you jump in, Luke, hold on.
Yeah, you're good.
The other thing too was, if your club isn't working, fucking leave it in the bag.
Put it away.
If you step up to the tee and your driver goes far right, one, don't think by hole 7 you're gonna fix it. Leave it in the bag, because it's not that club's day. And like, that's all right. Switch it to the 3-wood. Switch it to a fucking 4-iron off the tee, and like, get there instead of just saying, you know what? No, I know what I did. Because now all you're doing the next time you hit your driver is like, I'm going to switch up this. I'm going to turn this. Now I'm going to do this differently. And like, you're mechanically thinking again. And I was like, that makes so much fucking sense.
It's funny
I'm going to send
Okay,
You
yeah, yeah,
guys
yeah.
explain.
It's funny that two things to that. One, I was playing the other day, and one of the things in my head, and then I went into the round with my driver because my driver's been a little spotty lately. When I catch it, awesome. You see me drive the ball low, so like I like that's when it's on. That's one of my best parts of my game. And I go through phases where it's dead on, and when I can just have that confidence and know like, okay, it's gonna be spot on. Like it sticks until it doesn't. Right? That you go every golfer goes through the ups and the downs. Uh, and one of the things that I felt like I was doing wrong was like I wasn't I was turning my body way too soon before I started bringing my club forward, if that makes sense. And like I don't know how to describe it, but I guess that's the best way I can describe it. And literally, I got paired with another single, and on the second hole, first hole, piped my drive dead straight. It was awesome. I parred that first hole, feeling good. Second hole, the same problem that had been happening in weeks prior came up again, where I started hooking the shit out of it. What the hell? And so I did it, and just this guy, he wasn't a great golfer, like he wasn't bad, but like he wasn't like a pro by any means, not a scratch golfer. And he goes, man, it looks like you're getting a little ahead of yourself there with, and he just dropped that little comment where I just go, yeah, you're fucking right. Like that's 1000% what I was trying to do in my head, and I was just a little too quick with my movements, and then I'm just in my head, and I put the shit away. I said I can't do it right now. Yeah. But yeah.
So I watched the video. It's the Swedish golfer Annika Sornstrom or whatever.
That's the best women's golfer in the world, right?
Yeah, she brought up a point, and I've been like trying to implement this. This was like a last year kind of thing into my game, and she brought it up, and she's like, players, you should have a think box and a play box, and you should never ever step up to your ball like thinking about the shot that you're going to hit. Like you use your think box behind the ball. You're trying to pick out your club. You're looking at your yardage. You're thinking about how you're going to hit it. You're visualizing everything. You're getting all of those thoughts going. But the second that you step up to that ball, that's the play box, and that's where you need to just have clear all that shit out and then go up and hit your ball. You've done all the thinking. You've already thought about it. Now that might be a little different than constantly thinking about your mechanics as the game goes, but it's a strategy that, like, I don't know, helps you clear your head.
Well, I think to that point too, it's and what my other point that I was going to make was I saw the little drop ball debacle in the Spieth, McIlroy, Hovland, yeah, in their group on the first day of the players, and I saw like they were probably debating it for 10 plus minutes, right? So no play, and it's so funny the amount of times I tell myself. And it's accurate for someone like me who's just an amateur golfer. Where like if you're waiting for so long and then you just kind of lose momentum, it's tough to get it back, right? And I was so impressed. Like regardless of anybody's opinions on that whole scenario, like they waited 10, 15 minutes. The drop ball ended up on a slope in thick rough, and Rory just perfect swing. I mean, he pured it as best as he could out of that spot, and he put it right in front of the green. And the first thing I thought when I saw that was like, man, I wish I could do that. Like they just took 10, 15 minutes. And to me, every time, if I'm 10, 15 minutes between a shot, I'm like,
if we're waiting for someone 10, 15 minutes to clear the green, we're just like a basket case. Like, hurry the fuck up.
And then right. And so it's a different scenario in that sense. But like, just the like, I just took 15 minutes in between shots, and you're still the second you stepped up to the ball, it was like, is business, back to business, and just like kind of like let go of all that shit. And I do it sometimes, and sometimes I'm in that flow where I can just be like, and sometimes Drew, you know me with like, if you got the yips, sometimes it's just what's my messaging to you is like, let's just breathe a little bit, let's just get, it'll come back, right? And but sometimes I struggle doing that too.
I saw because I heard about that situation, and that's why I sent it to you guys last night. I think on Instagram because I wanted to rewatch it, and I like watching it today. Spieth was like really like, hey man, like I didn't really see it, but just like where do you like cautiously? Where do you think? And I think a lot of that Spieth, the way that Spieth was going at it with Rory was like, I just got fucking kicked out of the tournament because I didn't mark my fucking scorecard correct. So like be careful because the PGA can fucking come back and be like, nope, the ball went in this way. You marked it here. We're gonna kick you off this tournament. You know what I mean? Like, which is the most crazy, stupidest fucking thing that
You know what's funny?
Spieth, because
Yeah.
he marked that card and he got like
That's
that's
stupid.
so fucking archaic and so
You know what's
stupid.
funny is,
I think
is in the comments.
there's more to it to that though. There was an
was.
instance earlier that sparked them to then go back to Rory and
That
like,
said,
make a
that
point
said
about.
though, like I didn't get any vibe. Like I was reading the comments and everybody's like, oh, Spieth and Hovland, they're pissed, and when I was watching it, I literally saw Spieth saying like, I just want to make sure that like, for everybody's sake here, Rory's included, that the ball is placed where it should be placed, which I don't think is a
and I think
thing to say. And
the mentality of like, if not, you're
like,
gonna
I'm
get
helping
fucking
exactly. Like, I didn't take it as like a malicious, and I know there was instances leading up to that, or one or two leading up to that. I didn't take it as like a malicious thing. I took it as like a golfer looking out for another golfer, of like, let's make sure it's in the right spot, you know, and let's not be hasty in the decision. So that's the way I read it, or read into it.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
Decent.
All right, boys. Wheel time. Let's go. Wheel topic time. You ready?
Throw it out.
Going right into it.
Spin. Oh, it's spinning.
You
I see it.
spin me
Ride round, baby. Ride round like a record, baby. Ride round.
Up or down? Up or down? Up or down? You call. Ooh, sports superstitions.
Ooh.
What are sports superstitions? Is that what it says? I don't think I spelled superstitions right, but that's what it is.
We get the point. Would you like to kick us off? Did you get another one?
Yeah, round 2. I'm on vacation, baby.
There you are. Sports superstitions. What do I have as a sports superstition, actually? I don't know.
There were things that I always did, like when I played in college, like every game day, I did the exact same thing before every game. Like taped up the same way, prepped the same way, got into my locker, had my playlist. It was the same playlist every week and stuff like that. So little things like that. I don't know if that goes into like the superstition, but the routine, I think, played a big part in it.
It's the same
I scored
thing.
a goal this game. So like, what did I do to get me scoring a goal again? So
I had a magical season of JV soccer my freshman year of high school. It was the best season of soccer I've ever played, and it was against some of the worst. Like it was a terrible league. But what I scored in every game. It was I scored in every game, and I'm not overly religious. We grew up Catholic, but I wouldn't consider myself a religious person. I do not attend Catholic church anymore. My kids are not Catholic. That said, I had a bracelet, Jesus bead bracelet that I would wear, and you couldn't wear it in soccer games, you know. So I'd take it off after my warm-ups, and I'd give a little prayer. I'd hold it right here, and I'd say, God, give me the strength, dude. Give me the strength. Let's rip it again. Boom, 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 in the bag, and then and proceeded to go and just wreck shit. I mean, and a funny story off the side of that, Drew had actually come to one of my games. We were playing San Lorenzo High, Drew, San Lorenzo, and I think I had already scored, and I just like, it was a fuck around league for me. Like, I don't know, I wasn't at the physical level, I think, to play at the varsity level yet, because I was a freshman. I was a fucking child.
I was a freshman on varsity.
Yeah, how much did you play?
I played.
Just relax. Relax. I got called up for NCS and played at NCS, so shut up.
There you go.
But I lined up a free kick. I lined up a free kick maybe 25 yards out, 30 yards out, and I lined it up like Cristiano Ronaldo. I set the ball down. I did my back steps. I did and I looked over at Drew. He was on the sideline. I looked over at Drew, and Drew was just like, Jesus Christ, dude! Like, what are you doing? And I put my laces down, toe down, tried to knuckle it. Perfect ball over the fucking wall, hit off the crossbar. And I looked at Drew. It didn't go in. But I looked at Drew. Drew was like, oh, shit. Like, fuck. It was just dying laughing, like this fucker. But yeah, that was that was the only time in my life that I had like a superstition, so to speak, like you said, Drew. Like, just like routine turns into superstition when it starts turning into results on the field. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That was definitely my
Yeah,
go-to.
I think for baseball for me growing up, like I think the obvious was always I try to think like that's so long ago when I was like competitively playing, but like stepping on the line, like I would never like when we'd run out. Like I would never. I don't even think now I wouldn't. I mean, I know now if there's a line there, I won't step on it kind of thing. But
It's
like I
those
didn't
things like
have
when
like
when you're like walking out of the locker room, if you got like that logo or that sign, and everybody's got to tap it before you walk
yeah.
out, and if you don't, it's like, "Oh, what the hell did you do?" You blame the juju on that. We had this is an interesting one. Our my Luke and my high school soccer coach, he had a thing against the color red. Um, and I don't know what it was.
Oh, I
He
know what it
had his
was.
reasons. He had his reasons why. He claimed it was because it was a gang color. Cache California is not the biggest gang populated area, so not really relevant to our
And he was
environment
a
at all.
5'10" white guy.
We had a feeling it was due to his thanks, Luke. Um, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ Almighty, dude! Can't take this kid any. I can smell it. I can smell it through the mic. So, so our coach, I think it had something to do with his being an old Vietnam War vet. That was like kind of like our joke with it. But he hated red so much that we played against our rivals one year, Bishop O'Dowd. It was away at O'Dowd, and my boy JD, he had torn his ACL playing football that year, and so he was out for the whole season. But he still traveled with the team, still came to games, and we go to a game at O'Dowd, and I think it was like tied 1-1, and we ended up losing 2-1 in like the 80th minute or something like that. It was like a last minute goal. O'Dowd wins, big deal. And JD showed up to the game, and he was wearing a throwback Allen Iverson jersey that was half black and half red. And as we're walking off the field, had the nerve to turn around to JD and legit blame our loss on JD wearing red. Nothing to do with the game. Nothing to do with the game. But I mean, it was to the point where if you had red on a bag, like a soccer bag, they didn't provide bags for us. So if you played for like Mustang or any of the other clubs in the area that wore red, like that was your soccer bag, you'd get benched for having that bag. Or if it was on your pant or whatever it was, you could not wear red. It was like the biggest thing, and all the kids were like scared to wear it for their entire career. Some by the time I think he was done, I think kids were starting to be a little more rebellious and saying like, "Man, fuck this guy," and just started wearing red as like a joke, just to kind of piss him off at that point. But
Dude, this guy was a character. Not to take away from the topic here, but this guy was a fucking character. And I remember
Coach what?
Al Peacock.
Peacock.
Al Peacock.
Peacock?
Yeah, Coach Peacock, and we were at practice. He got fired, rightfully so. Probably 10 years too late after my sophomore year. And so I remember my sophomore year of high school, we were at practice.
Did he not touch the freshman student? I don't know.
No, yeah, he did drive a
Let's
creeper
not
van.
put that out there.
He
The
did drive a
van was
creeper
pretty
van.
creepy.
Yeah, the van was creepy.
The shorts, the running shorts.
Yeah, no matter what the weather, yeah, you just got little nutsack hanging out. You could see the pubes sticking out. I'm just joking. That might not be true, but it probably was at some point for him. By now, for sure, he's older. But yeah, this dude, he's an old Vietnam vet, and his PTSD was so unchecked that he was allowed for 30 years just to let it rip on fucking high school kids, right? And so there was what he had us do, Drew. I don't know if he did it with you guys. He probably did. But when he called you in, all right, boys, bring it in. You had to run in and you had to break down. You had to break down in the defensive position, right? And you had to break down. Yeah. And so like he called us in,
up and down,
which is the dumbest thing for soccer, like the dumbest shit for soccer. Like it was so stupid. And so he has us break down, and like half the team actually broke down, right? And he goes, and then he starts talking about discipline. He starts yelling at us, pissed off that none of us broke down. And he starts talking about discipline. And he goes, listen, gentlemen, I need to tell you something about discipline. All right. And also, too, his son helped out. And his son was actually a cool guy. And so his son was out at practice that day. And he goes, listen, gentlemen, I need to tell you something about discipline, okay? Because there was no discipline right there. You know what discipline is? Discipline is sitting in a tree naked for 3 hours. Okay, in Vietnam, that's discipline. He literally said that to us, and we just look at each other like, "How is that discipline, and how does that relate right now?" You know what I mean? And so some of the kids start. It's high school kids. You say that to a group of high school kids, we're starting to look at each other like, "What did he say?" And his son jumped in. Hey, don't laugh. It's not funny. It's not funny. I'm like, okay, man. I just don't know why he was naked in the tree, like sitting in a tree, hiding from Viet Cong for 3 hours. Sure, but naked. Why naked? You know what I mean? I don't know. They had uniforms in Vietnam. I don't know.
We could literally dedicate a whole episode to that, man.
That dude was a psycho.
The stories from that team were too unreal.
Episode 100 will be to Coach Alfred Peacock.
Alfred.
Can't wait for that. Episode 100. I can't wait.
We'll get him on the pod. We'll get him on the pod.
Yo, we
Our
should.
parents ran into him in Cabo.
Story, but he will be. I'll tell you that.
We should try and get him on, Drew.
Our parents ran into him in Cabo last year, and like had lunch with him and everything like that. It was so weird.
Yeah, he's a bizarre dude.
Good old.
Your dad's like, can I have the spaghetti with the Alfredo sauce? Dare I get the marinara?
Good one.
Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, boys. I think it's time now for our parlay pick of the week.
Our team parlay.
Parlay of the week.
Thank you.
As a group of brothers, we band together in the darkest of times, in the lightest of times, and let's pick a parlay this week that is gonna fucking win us some money. Whether we bet $1, whether we bet $58.77, because that's what's remaining in my account right now because I've been on a string of bad luck. Neither here nor there. Let's think about what we want to do and where we want to play. Okay?
Okay. Well, we're not quite. When's the tournament starting?
Ideas already?
Luke, yes?
Tournament starting soon. I don't think they're still wrapping up conference tournaments right now. So it's heating up. College basketball's heating up. So that's my focus this week.
College basketball
next week bracket challenge. Next week team bracket challenge.
Well, whenever the brackets are released, I'm not sure, but let's do that.
Do
okay,
individual.
Wait, let's talk about that. Let's do a. Okay, I say we go in on a bracket together.
Okay.
One together and one separate.
Okay, I think one needs to be talked about. One, we just come with who we think is going to win. So on here next week, we'll talk about, like, we'll segment a good amount of time to like figure out where we want what. I think that's good. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Looking forward to that.
And then then we'll go. I mean, but I know nothing about college basketball, so I'm going to be fucked in this situation. I'm going to rely on you guys here. But do you guys want to do like the Big East tournament? That's going on right now, right?
So I've already got 2 picks that I like in college basketball.
Okay.
I like North Texas Mean Green playing Florida Atlantic Owls. Give me North Texas +6.
Okay.
Right.
So I have them +5.5. So
take that. Take that.
That's actually worse for me.
Yeah, it is.
You said North. You're taking North Texas.
North Texas +6. Yep. That's okay. One. And then my other college basketball pick is going to be Arizona against Oregon to cover the spread in the Pac-12 tournament. Spread sitting at 11.5 right now is what I got. I like Arizona to cover that spread.
For the -11.5.
Yep. So those are my 2 picks.
I like Marquette -4.5 against.
Whoa!
Providence.
Rams are signing former Raiders quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo. Just got the notification right now. Sorry. Sidebar. Little sidebar.
I like a good Marquette for good old Chris. Get a little Marquette action for Chris.
I've been riding the Marquette wave. I'm gonna take. Okay, so all right. So let's pick a few. Let's pick a few things then. Okay, so Luke, out of those 2, which are you most confident about?
The North Texas to cover.
North Texas to cover
the +5.5, +6. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna take the +5.5. I'm gonna go with it.
Where's Marquette?
I'm gonna add
Marquette versus Providence, right?
It's 7.05 -4.5. I'm gonna take that one.
You're taking the -4.5.
Yep, that's a good pick.
I'm taking Marquette. Yeah, I'm taking Marquette to take the Providence.
That's a good pick.
Do you have anything anything from a college? I'm literally only picking Marquette because of Chris, and I know that Marquette's doing really well right
Marquette's
now.
good.
They're
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
they're going. So like I'm comfortable with that one.
I haven't been paying too much attention, to be honest.
Yeah, neither have I. Luke, are you confident in that third pick or that second pick of yours,
Not,
or is that
not
just like a flyer?
not as confident. I mean, so the way I see it is I haven't been watching Arizona basketball. Arizona though is a minus 800 favorite, and Oregon's a plus 425. I think to cover the spread at 12 points is reasonable with those odds.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's all I'm going off of though. Like I'm not going off of like I know Arizona basketball.
What if we went North Carolina is doing pretty well right now, right? I think. Actually, I don't know.
Ish. But minus 5 on a.
Why don't we throw an NBA game there? Switch out of college basketball. Let's go one NBA game. Let's all agree on one NBA game.
Okay, so I've got North Texas and Marquette, and I'm going to switch over to
North Texas and Marquette.
So we're getting rid of the other one.
The Arizona one. Stay away from Arizona.
Yeah. And then let's do one NBA game, and like let's do like a Phoenix Sun against the Hornets or minus 10.5.
I don't like that. I just don't like that. Charlotte's not that bad.
I
like my Detroit's kind of coming back this year. I feel like give me
Miami at minus 8.
I was thinking that.
I love a good over under on points.
Then if we're going over under, let's go Clippers Pels.
Over 219.
Let's take the over on that. That's what I would do.
Drew, are you down for that?
Yeah, that's fine.
They got scoring power.
Drew, what are you thinking?
The Nuggets Spurs.
223.5.
Yeah.
That's a high over under.
Yeah. But I mean that's
I'm more looking at
the Nuggets would have to be very point heavy on that, right? Because the Spurs.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like the Dubs just had a game against the Spurs where it was like an 80 to 90 game, or like 90. Yeah, it was a low scoring game. I like the over under in the Miami Detroit game, and I like the over in that at 216.5. I feel like that's a banger of an over bet.
Or the Clippers Pelicans.
So I would take both of them, to be honest.
All right, Drew. Since I have the Marquette one, Luke, you have that. Drew, out of those two, which one would you pick? Off of feel.
Keep in mind. Clippers have scoring power. Pelicans have scoring power. Miami has scoring power too, but that is a 3-point difference in the over under there. So
let's ride with 4. Let's ride with all 4, boys.
That's what I'm thinking too. That's what I'm thinking too. A little 4-legger today.
Let's go. Over on both.
Over on both.
Over on both.
Over on both.
I love that. Good shit.
Banging it in right now.
I'll throw 10 in there to pay 135. Let's go.
Oh, I'm playing a 3 unit.
I need a big one here. I need a big win here.
Dude, my speaking of my UFC picks that I sent out to you guys, they got fucked. But I drew my last. Remember, I said, all right, I'm just gonna bet the last 2 fights after I bet the first 4.
Yeah,
the last 4. So I'm just gonna bet the last 2 fights. That saved my balance. So like I hit on my last one. That's the only reason why I have a fucking balance sitting in my account right now.
Oh man,
nice.
Yeah, my balance has been eating away lately.
All right, wait, hold on. Just to confirm, so we're going North Texas plus 5.5. We're going Marquette minus 4.5. Going over the Miami Heat, Detroit Pistons 216.5, and the over Nugs Spurs 223.5. Locked in. I love it.
Bang.
What a fucking bang. Let's motherfucking go, boys.
Let's do it.
Listen, Luke, have a great time in fucking your little St. Patty's Day. Hope you get pinched.
Whale's vagina.
Drewski, The furthest away from a St. Patty's bar I've ever seen a human being will be Drewski this weekend.
That's right.
And I'm going to go watch the river turn green.
Oh,
So
that'd
we
be
are
fun.
That's awesome.
very different sections.
Yeah, that'll
And
be
let me
fun.
say, Luke, take us out, baby.
Okay, thanks for listening to the podcast. Had a great time. Appreciate you guys.
With a fusion singularity, a sound you never heard. Electric guitars make beats and make your heart search. Saddle up, get ready for the craze. Country and EDM, it's a mix you can't